Welcome to free online classes of physics with Lambot sir. So we are discussing the 13th chapter from your syllabus, electromagnetic waves and communication system. And we have started our discussion regarding electromagnetic waves. And in the previous lecture, we learned about what are electromagnetic waves and what are the sources of electromagnetic waves. At the same time, to express the behavior of electromagnetic waves and to give the relation between electric and magnetic fields, we learn four basic laws. Gauss law of electrostatics, Gauss law of magnetism, Faraday's and Lenz law, and finally Ampere's Maxwell's law. So here we learn production of electromagnetic waves. According to Maxwell's theoretical prediction, Maxwell theoretically predicted that there is an interlinking between electricity and magnetism. Means, according to Maxwell, changing magnetic field can produce the electric field, or changing electric field can produce the magnetic field. Means time varying electric field or magnetic field are the sources of one another. And according to that theoretical prediction, any accelerated charged particle radiates energy in the form of electromagnetic wave. At the same time, any oscillating electric charge radiates energy in the form of electromagnetic wave. So sources of electromagnetic waves according to Maxwell's theoretical prediction. First one is the accelerated charged particle and second one oscillating electric charge. Here we will learn production of such electromagnetic waves. And in that case, according to Planck's quantum theory, we know that in an atom, electrons are orbiting around the nucleus. But if that electrons are orbiting around the nucleus, they are performing circular motion. And any circular motion is an accelerated motion. Then that electron should radiate energy in the form of electromagnetic waves. But according to Planck's quantum theory, if that electron is orbiting around the nucleus in stable orbit, then that electron will not emit electromagnetic radiation even though it is undergoing acceleration. So this was the first fact explained by Planck's quantum theory. An electron, while orbiting around the nucleus in a stable orbit, this is important, that electron should orbit around the nucleus in stable orbit. Then that electron does not emit electromagnetic radiation even though it undergoes acceleration. So according to Maxwell, accelerated charged particle radiates electromagnetic waves. But according to Planck's quantum theory, that accelerated charged particle, that means electron, if it is revolving around the nucleus in stable orbit, then it will not emit electromagnetic waves, even though it undergoes acceleration. But this electron can emit electromagnetic waves. When? See here. An electron will emit electromagnetic radiation. That electron will be the source of electromagnetic wave. When? It jumps from outer orbit of higher energy to inner orbit of lower energy. म्हणजे ॲटमच्या आउटर ऑर्बिट ऑफ हायर एनर्जी मधून इनर ऑर्बिट ऑफ लोअर एनर्जी मध्ये हा ज्यावेळेला इलेक्ट्रॉन जम्प होईल, ट्रान्झिशिएट होईल, that time the electron will emit electromagnetic wave. But while revolving around the nucleus in stable orbit, electron will not emit electromagnetic radiation. At the same time, electromagnetic waves are produced by the same electron when fast moving electron hit a target of high atomic number. That targets may be made from the molybdenum, copper, such एलिमेंट्स पासून जर ते टार्गेट जर बनला असेल तर कॉपर मेटल असेल, मॉलिब्डेनम मेटल असेल, यांच्यापासून जर टार्गेट एलिमेंट बनला असेल आणि या टार्गेट एलिमेंटवर फास्ट मुव्हिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन जर हिट झाले तर तिथं इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्स इमिट होतील आणि त्या इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्सना तुम्ही एक्स-रेज म्हणू शकता. So X-rays are nothing but electromagnetic waves which are produced when fast moving electrons are suddenly stopped by target element made from copper, such elements having high atomic number. So electron is the source of electromagnetic wave. Which electrons? If that electron is jumping from outer orbit of higher energy to inner orbit of lower energy, then electron can emit electromagnetic wave. At the same time, when fast moving electron hit a target of high atomic number, that time that electron emits electromagnetic wave, which are called as the X-rays. So electron is the source of electromagnetic waves. Second, an electric charge at rest has an electric field in the surrounding region, but that charge has no magnetic field. If that electric charge is at rest, then that charge has its own electric field in the surrounding region, but that charge cannot produce magnetic field. When the charge moves, if that electric charge is moving, it produces both electric and magnetic fields. आणि या दोन फील्ड पासूनच इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्ह फॉर्म होणार आहे, प्रोड्यूस होणार आहे. When we will learn here. If charge moves with constant velocity, we know that moving charge produces both electric field and magnetic field. But here, if the charge is moving with constant velocity, that means zero acceleration, then magnetic field produced will not change with time. Magnetic field produced by that moving charge with constant velocity will not change with time, and hence such charge cannot produce an electromagnetic wave. So if charge is moving with constant velocity, it will not produce electromagnetic wave. But if the charge is accelerated, means charge is moving with variable velocity, then both magnetic field and electric fields in the produced in the surrounding space, that field change with time and space, and an electromagnetic wave is produced. So electric charge is a source of electromagnetic wave. When at rest, it cannot produce electromagnetic wave. If it is moving with constant velocity, that time it also cannot produce electromagnetic wave. If charge is moving with variable acceleration or variable velocity, if the charge is accelerated, that means if it is moving with variable velocity, then both magnetic field and electric field produced in the surrounding space will change with time and also with space. And that time electromagnetic wave is produced. So as electron is a source of electromagnetic wave, this charge, electric charge, can also be the source of electromagnetic wave. But that charge should be accelerated. That means it should move with variable velocity. So finally, thus an oscillating electric charge. Oscillating electric charge is in accelerated motion. An oscillating electric charge emits electromagnetic wave which has the same frequency as that of the oscillation of the charge. So from all these statements, we can conclude that the sources of electromagnetic waves are electron, electric charge, but that electric charge must be accelerated motion. The charge should be accelerated. At the same time, oscillating electric charge can produce electromagnetic wave which has the same frequency. म्हणजे ज्या electromagnetic waves emit होतील त्यांची frequency same as that of oscillation of that charge. So in this way we come to know that how the electromagnetic waves can be produced. So let us learn transverse nature of electromagnetic wave. And we know that a wave which is called as a transverse wave if the particles of medium vibrates in a direction perpendicular to direction of propagation of wave, then that wave has transverse nature. Here we will prove transverse nature of electromagnetic wave. So we know that electromagnetic waves are produced by any accelerated electric charges or oscillating electric charges, or that can also produced by electrons. So if an accelerated charge produces magnetic field in the surrounding region. We know that any moving charge produces magnetic field and electric field in the surrounding region. And if that charge is accelerated, an accelerated electric charge produces a magnetic field in the surrounding region. And this magnetic field gives rise to an electric field. That's why we can say that an accelerated electric charge produces both time varying electric field and magnetic field in the surrounding space. Now, these two fields, this electric field and magnetic fields, are mutually perpendicular to each other. The electric field and magnetic fields both are varying with time and space also. But here, the electric field and magnetic fields produced in the surrounding region of that accelerated electric charge are mutually perpendicular to each other. If accelerated charge is oscillating, electric charge is oscillating, then both electric and magnetic fields vary with time. म्हणजे ऑसिलेटिंग इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज असेल, ऍक्सलरेटेड इलेक्ट्रिक चार्ज हा ऑसिलेटरी मोशन परफॉर्म करत असेल, तर त्यानं प्रोड्यूस केलेली इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड आणि मॅग्नेटिक फील्ड बोथ व्हेरी विथ टाइम अँड ऑल्सो विथ स्पेस, and they will travel outward from that oscillating charge in the form of electromagnetic waves, which are shown in figure below. See here, we have considered three-dimensional case here, x, y, z, and there are two planes. First one, vertical plane, is the xy plane, and horizontal plane is the xz plane. And if that accelerated electric charge which is oscillating is at this location, origin, then it produces both electric field and magnetic field which is varying with time and also with space, and that both the fields travel outwards from that charge in the form of electromagnetic wave. So this is the diagram representing electromagnetic wave. As we have explained in this third point that electric field and magnetic field are mutually perpendicular to each other. You can say that electric field is in xy plane. You can see here electric field. This one is a electric field. This is in xy plane. That means it is along y-axis. And magnetic field is in xz plane. That means it is along z-axis. Both the fields are perpendicular to each other, mutually perpendicular to each other. And both the fields are varying with time and also with space. So time varying and according to space varying, both the electric field and magnetic fields are produced by accelerated electric charge which is oscillating. Another diagram which is representing electromagnetic wave, you can see here. In this diagram, electric field vector is shown by a red colored wave, and it is along y-axis. That means it is along xy plane. And magnetic field vector is denoted by the blue color wave, and it is in the xz plane. That means it is along z-axis. both electric field and magnetic fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. You can see here. Both the fields are mutually perpendicular to each other, and also that fields are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, because that wave is propagating along x-axis. Then electric field vector is perpendicular to x-axis. Magnetic field vector is perpendicular to x-axis. So we can show that in electromagnetic wave, which has two electric and magnetic fields, both are mutually perpendicular to each other, and also the fields are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave. Such electromagnetic wave can be shown like this. See here. This is the best diagram to explain propagation of electromagnetic waves through a medium. You can clearly see that in this wave there are two fields. The electric field is in vertical plane. You can see here. This one is the electric field, time varying electric field, and that electric field is perpendicular to the direction of propagation. And this is the magnetic field, and it is in the horizontal plane. And electric and magnetic fields are mutually perpendicular to each other, and also they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. So in this way, an electromagnetic wave consists time varying electric field, and time varying magnetic field. Both are mutually perpendicular to each other, and also they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. And this is the distance. This is the distance between two consecutive trough, which is called as the wavelength of magnetic field vector wave. So this is the best way to understand pictorial diagrammatic representation of electromagnetic wave traveling along this direction. Now, diagram representing electromagnetic wave propagating along x-axis, it will be like this. See here. In this case, electromagnetic wave is propagating along x-axis. So direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave is along x-axis. That time, that electromagnetic wave has time varying electric field. The time varying electric field is along y-axis. So electric field is perpendicular to direction of propagation of wave. At the same time, this electromagnetic wave has time varying magnetic field. That time varying magnetic field, as shown by the dotted line, is along z axis, and that magnetic field is also perpendicular to the direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave. At the same time, we can say that both electric field and magnetic field mutually perpendicular to each other. So in this diagram, electric field vector E bar, you can see here, electric field vector E bar is along y-axis, and magnetic field vector, which is B bar, is along z-axis. You can see clearly here in xy plane, electric field vector is vibrating, and in xz plane, see this one is the xz plane, magnetic field vector is vibrating, and both the planes are perpendicular to each other. So in this diagram, electromagnetic wave propagating along x-axis. At that time, its electric field vector is vibrating parallel to y-axis, and magnetic field vector is vibrating parallel to z-axis. Then their direction of propagation, या दोन्हीही field vectorच्या propagationची direction is along this cross product, E bar cross B bar, that is along the x-axis. So in this way, electromagnetic wave can be diagrammatically represented. If that wave is traveling along x-axis, then electric field will be along y-axis, magnetic field will be along z-axis, and both the fields will be perpendicular to the direction of propagation. That means perpendicular to x-axis. Now we will learn equations describing an electromagnetic wave. Means mathematical equation for electromagnetic wave. We know that in an electromagnetic wave, magnetic field and electric field both are varying with time and also varying with space. That's why magnetic and electric field both vary sinusoidally with time and space. So for electromagnetic wave traveling along x-axis, that just we have referred on the previous slide, electromagnetic wave is traveling along x-axis. That time it has electric field vector along y-axis and magnetic field vector along z-axis. Now equation for electric field vector, because both electric field and magnetic field vary sinusoidally. Sinusoidally means according to sine term with time and space. Electric field vector and magnetic field vector चा variation होता. Therefore, if the wave is traveling along x-axis, that time electric field vector is along y-axis and magnetic field vector will be along z-axis. That time equation for electric field vector we can write like this. Ey is the electric field vector along y-axis is equal to E0 sine omega t minus kx. So this is the equation for electric field vector vibrating parallel to y-axis. At the same time, equation for magnetic field vector. Magnetic field vector is along z-axis. That's why we can write here Bz. This is the magnetic field vector vibrating parallel to z-axis is equal to B0 sine omega t minus kx. In both the equations, this E0 and B0, E0 and B0 are amplitudes of electric field vector and magnetic field vector. E0 is the amplitude of electric field and B0 is the amplitude of magnetic field. And in that equation, this omega is nothing but angular velocity of that wave. And we can write like this: omega equal to 2 pi upon t. T is the period of wave and reciprocal of period is the frequency. That's why omega equal to 2 pi nu, and it is called as the angular frequency of wave. In that case, nu is the frequency of wave. Nu is the frequency of the wave. In both the equations, this k is 2 pi upon lambda, and which is called as the propagation constant. 2 pi upon lambda, k equal to 2 pi upon lambda propagation constant k, where lambda is the wavelength of that wave. So if we substitute the values of omega k in equation 1 and 2, then the forms of the both equation will change. See here, we have referred electromagnetic wave which is traveling along x-axis. That time electric field vector is vibrating parallel to y-axis, magnetic field vector is vibrating parallel to z-axis, and wave is propagating along x-axis. So if we substitute the values of omega and k in equation 1 and 2, here we get the modified form of electric field vector. Here we have substituted the value of omega, here we have substituted the value of k, and we get the equation, modified equation of magnetic field vector by substituting value of omega and k. Here if you see this diagram carefully, we find that both electric and magnetic field vectors, this one is the electric field vector and this dotted line shows magnetic field vector. So both electric and magnetic field vectors attains their maximum and minimum values at same time and at same point in space. So this one is the maximum value of electric field, and this one is the maximum value of magnetic field. We can say this will be the amplitude of electric field and this is the amplitude of magnetic field. This maximum value is attained by both the fields at same time and at same point in space. Now, this is the point at which both the fields are attaining the minimum value at same time and also at same point in space. So we can say that in electromagnetic wave, both electric field vector and magnetic field vector oscillate in same phase with same frequency. म्हणजे दोन्हीही फील्ड वेक्टर सेम फेज मध्ये आहेत आणि दोन्हीही फील्ड वेक्टरच्या फ्रिक्वेन्सी देखील सेम आहे. So as electric and magnetic fields are mutually perpendicular to each other, this one is clearly shown in this diagram. Electric field is along y-axis, magnetic field is along z-axis. That's why both the fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. And also, both the fields are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of waves. That's why we can clearly say that electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Because in electromagnetic wave, the two fields are mutually perpendicular to each other. And also they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. You can see this in the diagram. That's why electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. So after that we will learn few characteristics of electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves has large number of characteristics. Out of that we will list here few important characteristics. First characteristic of electromagnetic wave is that electromagnetic wave consists time varying electric field vector and time varying magnetic field vector such that both are mutually perpendicular to each other, and we know it quite clear. If electromagnetic wave is traveling along x-axis, then electric field vector will be along y-axis and magnetic field vector will be along z-axis. So both the fields are mutually perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Because electromagnetic wave is propagating along x-axis, that time electric field as well as magnetic field is perpendicular to x-axis. That's why they are perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Also, we know that electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Electromagnetic waves are transverse in nature. Third characteristic, both electric field vector and magnetic field vector vary sinusoidally. Means both are varying with time according to sine term. And also both are in same phase. Means both electric field vector and magnetic field vector attains maximum or minimum values at same time and same point in space. That's why they are in same phase. Now, the cross product of electric field vector and magnetic field vector. If we take the cross product of electric field vector and magnetic field vector, this cross product will be along x-axis. If electric field vector is along y-axis, magnetic field vector is along z-axis, then this cross product will be along x-axis. Then this cross product gives direction of propagation of electromagnetic wave. And also it gives energy carried by electromagnetic wave. So electromagnetic wave is carrying energy along x-axis, which is given by the cross product E bar cross B bar. Now, next characteristic, electromagnetic waves. This one is theoretically predicted by Maxwell. And according to Maxwell, electromagnetic waves are produced by oscillating electric charge or accelerating electric charge. So accelerated electric charge or oscillating electric charge are the sources of electromagnetic waves. Now the sixth characteristic, these waves do not require any material medium for their propagation. We know that electromagnetic waves are non-mechanical waves, and due to that they do not require any material medium for their propagation. But these waves can travel through vacuum as well as through solids, liquids and gases. They do not require any material medium, but they can travel through vacuum as well as through any material medium, right? Solids, liquids and gases. Now the seventh characteristic, relation between velocity of wave, frequency of wave and wavelength of electromagnetic wave. In case of electromagnetic wave, speed is denoted by c, frequency is denoted by mu, and wavelength is same, symbol lambda. Then that relation we have learned in the 8th chapter, sound. Relation between wave speed, wave frequency and wave wavelength. What is that relation? See here. C equal to nu lambda. This one is the nu symbol, not V. So wave speed is the product of wave frequency multiplied by wavelength of that wave. Now, velocity of electromagnetic wave in vacuum, free space or air. इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्हची व्हॅक्यूम मधील किंवा फ्री स्पेस मधील किंवा एअर मधील जी व्हेलॉसिटी आहे इज गिवन बाय द फॉर्म्युला C इक्वल टू 1 upon root mu 0 into epsilon 0, and its calculation results into 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And in this formula, this is nothing but the velocity of electromagnetic wave, where this mu 0 is the permeability of free space, vacuum or air, and it has value 4 pi into 10 raised to minus 7. And epsilon 0 is what? Permittivity of free space, vacuum or air. It has also value 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. So if you substitute the values of mu 0 and epsilon 0 in this equation, the calculation results 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. So this is the speed, this is the velocity of electromagnetic wave if it is traveling through vacuum, free space or air. Now, ninth characteristic, if that electromagnetic wave is traveling through material medium, then velocity of electromagnetic waves in material medium is given by Cm. M is the suffix, denotes it is traveling through material medium, is equal to 1 upon root mu into epsilon, where what is that mu? Mu is the permeability of given material medium and epsilon permittivity of given material medium. So this was the ninth characteristic of electromagnetic wave. Now the 10th, electromagnetic waves obeys the principle of superposition of waves. That principle is obeyed by electromagnetic waves. Now, 11th characteristic, electromagnetic waves shows the properties of reflection, refraction, interference, diffraction, polarization, and that properties were demonstrated by the scientist Heinrich Hertz, because the credit for the production and detection of electromagnetic waves goes to Heinrich Hertz. And that time in the year 1988, Hertz also demonstrated that electromagnetic waves shows reflection, refraction, interference, diffraction, polarization. That's why it is the 11th characteristic of electromagnetic wave. Now the 12th characteristic, what it says, if we take ratio of amplitude of electric field vector and amplitude of magnetic field vector, then that ratio of amplitudes of electric and magnetic fields comes out to be constant at any point. And that constant is equal to velocity of electromagnetic wave. And we know that velocity of electromagnetic wave is 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. And that constant means we get the ratio of amplitude of electric field and magnetic field. It can be written mathematically like this. See here, this is the amplitude of electric field and this is the amplitude of magnetic field, and we have taken the ratio of amplitudes and is constant at any point. The ratio of the amplitudes is constant at any point, and that constant is equal to velocity of electromagnetic wave in free space, air or vacuum, which is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second, where in this ratio this E0 and B0, what are that? E0 and B0 are the amplitudes of electric field and magnetic field. Now the 13th characteristic, as electric field vector E bar is more prominent than the magnetic field vector B bar. So in case of electromagnetic wave, electric field vector is prominent than magnetic field vector. Due to that, electric field vector is responsible for optical properties of electromagnetic wave. म्हणजे इलेक्ट्रोमॅग्नेटिक वेव्ह जवळ ह्या ज्या ऑप्टिकल प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, रिफ्लेक्शन, रिफ्रॅक्शन, इंटरफरन्स, डिफ्रॅक्शन, पोलरायझेशन, that optical properties are due to mainly electric field vector. What is the reason? Because electric field vector is more prominent than magnetic field vector. So optical properties due to electromagnetic waves are due to electric field vector, and due to this, for this reason, electric field vector is also called as a light vector, because this field vector represents the optical properties of electromagnetic wave, because it is more prominent than magnetic field vector. Due to this reason, electric field vector is called as a light vector. Now 14th characteristic, intensity of wave, may be electric field vector or may be magnetic field vector. The intensity of wave is proportional to square of its amplitude, and the intensities are given by, see here, this is the intensity of electric field, half epsilon 0 E0 square, and this is the intensity of magnetic field, half B0 square upon mu 0. Here epsilon 0 permittivity, mu 0 permeability of free space, air or vacuum, and here E0 amplitude of electric field, B0 amplitude of magnetic field, and we can say that this intensity of electric field or intensity of magnetic field is proportional to square of amplitude, E0 square, B0 square. So these mathematical expressions clearly explaining intensity of wave is proportional to square of its amplitude. Now 15th characteristic, energy of electromagnetic wave is divided equally between the electric and magnetic fields. म्हणजे electromagnetic wave transfers energy through medium, and the energy transferred by electromagnetic wave is divided equally between electric field vector and magnetic field vector. That's why we can write, see here, this is the intensity of electric field and this is the intensity of magnetic field. And both the fields carries the same energy. That's why 15 characteristic explains energy of electromagnetic wave is divided equally between electric field and magnetic field. Means 50% of energy is carried by electric field and 50% of energy will be carried by magnetic field. Due to that, energy of electromagnetic wave is divided equally between these two waves. Now, the last characteristic of electromagnetic wave, it says that electromagnetic waves are neutral in nature. They are not carrying any charge, either positive or negative. That electromagnetic waves are neutral in nature. And as they are neutral, they are not affected by external electric field or external magnetic field. Means they are not experiencing, electromagnetic waves are not experiencing any force while passing through electric field or while passing through magnetic field. So these are the few important characteristics of electromagnetic waves. So in this way, for this lecture, we have studied how the electromagnetic waves are produced, production of electromagnetic waves. And we come to know that using electrons, we can produce electromagnetic waves. Using electric charges, we can produce electromagnetic waves. After that, we learn transverse nature of electromagnetic wave. And we find out equation, mathematical equation representing an electromagnetic wave. And finally, here we learn total 16 characteristics of electromagnetic waves. So with this, we are ending this lecture.